What is up, what is up, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another stream here on the channel. My name is Fabio. I'm going to be your host today. Thank you guys so much for taking the time once again to come back on here on the stream. Let me know in the comment section if you can hear me loud and clear. If the audio is good, let me just make sure my hair is good as well. Hope the lighting is good. Hope the sound is good and the background music is not too loud as well. If that is the case, that you guys can hear me, that the background music is good as well, then let me know. Because then we can start. So I'm gonna give everybody just a few more minutes to tune in, and then we're gonna kick it off afterwards. In the meantime, news obviously just hit. I didn't have the time yet to see what the numbers were. Let's have a quick look. Retail sales actual 0.5 or 0.4. Okay, interesting to see. So that should be worse or not good for the dollar, because it's even lower than expected. So let's see what is going to be playing out. So I'm just going to check the chat in the meantime. And then in the meantime as well, let me know where you are tuning in from today. Super curious to hear where everybody is located, how you're doing, what country you are currently in, and where you're watching from. I am obviously here in the Netherlands. If you don't know where this is, it is a small country all the way in Western Europe. And then I'm in the capital, and that is called Amsterdam. The Netherlands has around 17 or 18 million inhabitants, and in the city of Amsterdam, I think there's around 1 million people who live there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe we need somebody here on the stream who's good with the stats, who can share some funny statistics about the Netherlands, if anybody's interested in that. Or if you guys are only interested in Euro USD, then we'll just stick to Euro USD and I'll just shut up. But without further ado, I'm just checking the stream chat if everything is going well. Let me see. I see, okay, great. So I see Belarus, Namibia, Italy, Indonesia, Copenhagen, Philippines, India, Amsterdam. Amsterdam, wow, that's close by. Bulgaria, Australia, Mexico, Nigeria. Julian, thank you so much. 17.88 million, guys, or 17.88 million to be correct. Hey, Jimmy, I hope you are doing well. London in the house as well. Mexico, Nigeria, Uganda, India, Iran. Wow, guys. Always so inspirational to see where everybody's from. The reason I'm asking where everybody's from, guys, is just purely because I'm super happy and I feel very blessed and fortunate that I have the opportunity to connect you guys all together within this kind of like beautiful environment that we have. Obviously here inside the stream, but also inside Discord. If you're not inside the free Discord, guys, make sure to join. The link to the free Discord is in the description of this video. So just go there and then you can just join for free. Market updates are shared there on a daily basis pretty much, and all the information on like the live streams and such are shared there as well. So feel free to join and ask questions, as pretty much the entire team is just always there to help. And then without further ado, let's just dive into the markets and see what is going on. But before we do, big announcement, if you guys didn't know yet, but XRP hit its all-time high. Been holding this thing for 8 years, since 2017. It was the very first crypto that I bought, and yeah, super proud to finally see it hit all-time high again. It's been an emotional ride, but yeah, just wanted to share that. And it's good to see, by the way, the fractal structure and everything also works on crypto, because we had a beautiful daily fractal continuation play over here from this area of demand. But without further ado, obviously what you guys are more interested in is Euro USD. What is it going to do? What is it doing? What are the major dollar pairs doing? And what are we currently looking for? So guys, what happened? I'm just checking the chat in the meantime as well. Okay, great. So let's see. So Euro USD, obviously a lot of questions about that. What's going on? So Euro USD is currently fighting in between this area of demand and in between this area of supply. If we look at Euro USD from a very mechanical perspective here on the 4-hour time frame, it looks like an absolute beautiful setup, right? What we can very clearly see is, again, we have the break of structure in towards the downside here. So this is what we consider a break of structure. Obviously, you can see momentum is down, push, pull back, push, pull back, push, pull back. So it would make sense to get another push in towards the downside. Now, in order for us to look for the downside, we need a few things, right? So first of all, we need liquidity. So how do we recognize liquidity? Well, there are 3 methods that we can use to identify liquidity. We look for an area of consolidation, and then above and below the area of consolidation, we believe there to be liquidity. And then once you swipe the high or you swipe the low, then obviously you expect a reversal. So that's method number one. Method number two is trendline liquidity, where you have kind of like a trend in towards the downside, you draw a trend line on it, and then you expect above every single lower high in a bearish trend, you expect there to be liquidity, and then at some point in time you just expect this to happen before then any further downside. And then the final method of liquidity, that would just be a swing high or a swing low. So if we look over here, what you can very clearly see, we have pretty much gotten range liquidity. This is like an area of consolidation, or you could also consider it as trendline liquidity, as you can pretty much also draw a trend line on here. Now what you want to do in those situations is you want to mark out the highest point, which is this high over here, and what you then see happening on Euro USD is that it pushes in towards the highs, in towards this supply zone. This is a supply zone because it's a buy before a sell down, and then you can very clearly see this is your liquidity high. So you have liquidity, you have supply, and you have a bearish trend. So there's a lot of confluence for that further downside on Euro USD. However, there are also some things against it, okay? Against that further downside. Two things. First of all, weekly time frame, guys. Weekly time frame. What do we see on the weekly? So here on the weekly time frame, again, we look at the overall trend, bearish from this high in towards this low. Now here you had a break of structure, and what do you expect after a break of structure? You expect a pullback in towards the upside. So when do you expect that pullback in towards the upside to occur? You expect it when liquidity is grabbed. So over here, we grab the liquidity. So the liquidity gets grabbed. And then on the lower time frame, guys, the light went off. One sec. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. So then what we see here on the daily time frame is that after we swipe the liquidity on the weekly, that also here on the daily, we see something called a change of character, okay? So this is a change of character high because it's the most recent high that was formed that broke this previous low. So then we break above, then we see the retracement. We see the retracement exactly into where? In towards 0.5 fib. And then from there, you would pretty much expect to see another push up. So that's why I'm kind of still hesitant on trading Euro USD. But as we did swipe that weekly low, I am kind of favoring some further upside. Also with this area of forward demand. The only thing, again, that's not on the good side is that we have a bearish change of character here. So the bearish change of character is just a market structure shift in towards the downside, with this then acting kind of as a supply. That's why it's having a hard time pushing up higher. But what I would have preferred to see happen with the news is that what's ideal is like swipe this low, and then this becomes your change of character high. Then we get this, and then you trade the long back up higher, for example. That would have been more ideal when it comes to trading Euro USD. So that's why it's a little bit risky to trade it at the moment. But personally, I am favoring some more upside in towards the highs with the daily fractal structure. Also just because I don't really trust this as an area of supply. However, when obviously Euro USD, you expect, let's say, some further upside, you can hedge the position with other USD pairs, right? So what I was doing is I was looking at NZD USD. So let me know in the chat, guys, was there anybody else looking at NZD USD? Was there anybody else looking at NZD USD? Anybody? Super curious to see. Anybody else looking at NZD USD? Yeah, NZD USD shorts. Was anybody looking at it? Because personally I was, and if you were looking for it, yeah, I agree with you. Okay, great. So I see a lot of yeses. Fantastic. What does that mean? It means that you understand the strategy, guys. You understand the strategy. Fantastic. Super happy to hear that a lot of you were looking for NZD USD shorts. So what I can say about NZD USD is that it played out pretty well. What we can very clearly see here on NU, first of all, on the daily time frame, is pretty much that all the confluences for a short are there. Okay, everything is there pretty much. Overall swing trend is in towards the downside. I don't think I need to explain that. And let me just draw on the confluences for you guys. So here we have something called confluences. And confluences are just like the criteria in order for you to enter a trade, right? So what we look at, first of all, is market structure. What we then look at is fractal and the swing. What we then look at is number 2 is liquidity. Number 3 is supply and demand. And then 4 is just PVD. So what we see here on NU overall is that market structure, first of all, swing is what? Down. Yeah, okay, clear. Then fractal structure is also down. Remember, guys, fractal structure is just the structure of the individual candlesticks, okay? So here we see the breakdown. And then what do we see? We see the retracement. So this fractal and swing are both down. Then we look at liquidity. Is liquidity taken or grabbed? Yes, well, to form, let's say, this area of supply, liquidity has been grabbed above this high over here. So for me, yes, there is also liquidity. This is therefore a strong area of supply. So we have liquidity, and then obviously we have supply as well. And then we look at the PVD indicator. PVD is just premium versus discount, guys. If you want the settings for this, just draw in 0, 0.5 and the 1. And then what you can very clearly see here is that what? The 0.5 fib, again, getting rejected on the daily time frame. Man, that 0.5 fib is always playing out, guys. Always playing out. So beautiful to see. So we can very clearly see 0.5 fib gets rejected. Then I just go in towards lower time frame and I just repeat the exact same process, guys. So we see here on the 4-hour time frame is again, what we have? We have bearish momentum. The break of structure down, swing high, swing low. Again, same pre-VD like this. You can see the market retraces into premium. Then where does it retrace into, guys? Well, obviously we saw an initial pullback in towards this area of supply. And yes, at that time, we got what? We got that retracement like here. So this was probably like the first short that you could have taken. Only thing that I personally did with this was that I was waiting for the 1 hour to shift, again bearish, okay? Because you can pretty much see over here that we had like this kind of like demand flow going on. And I was personally waiting for like the 1 hour fractal to shift bearish as well. What do I mean with 1 hour fractal? I mean kind of like to give it like a double breakdown and there to be some kind of like order flow created. You can watch back, I think, Tuesday's stream. I explained it there. But that's why I kind of stayed out of that. So now going back in towards the 4 hour again, what do we see? We see that the market comes back up, grabs liquidity above these two highs over here, pushes above this supply zone, and then pushes back in towards the downside. Now it's broken again. Over here, this is the official 4 hour fractal low. This is now your 4 hour fractal high. This is now an area of supply that it could retrace into. I personally took a high risk short on the 1 hour time frame already, as I concluded that this was over here a fake demand zone. So if you do not know what a fake demand zone is, guys, a fake demand zone is a demand zone where there's no liquidity, okay? So when you look at the market in general and you see a downtrend or an uptrend, doesn't really matter. What you always want to see is that when you form like an area of supply, you want to see there be some form of liquidity be created. So preferably, and I talk about this a lot in the streams, if you're here more often, you want to see something like this where you have these little bumps in the road, because above each bump in the road, that is where liquidity will lie. So when we look at the market in general, what you can then see is, let's say, like this. Look, if you go to the 4 hour time frame, what we have over here, let me just zoom out again. What we have over here is a nice supply zone, okay? This is a nice supply zone because you have these little bumps in the road. You see? So there's liquidity above them. So it's very nice to see this happen because you see liquidity gets grabbed and we tap into that supply zone. But when you have like this naked, I call it a naked area of demand or a naked area of supply, and we go into the replay tool and we just check this out real quick, and we go in towards the, on the 4 hour, it's not that clear as on the 1 hour, but you look here on the 1 hour time frame and you just see this as your area of demand. Guys, this is very, very clear to me. There is no liquidity in that overall push up, okay? So what will happen is that this demand zone itself will become liquidity if the market were to push up higher. And then what you see happening is that the market taps in towards that demand zone. It gives the fake reaction. So this is where the average buyer then gets in. And then what you see happening, it liquidates the low. So at that point in time, I was like, okay, let's take a risk sell over here with a stop loss above the 1 hour structure, just to follow the internal 1 hour trend, and then at least trade it in towards this low over here to grab all of these equal lows over here as liquidity. So just put it to break even once that low gets swiped out. And then boom, that's where we're now. So now you can see this is a good time to then put the trade to break even for now on this initial entry, because of the fact that it already grabbed the liquidity. And if it's really bearish, it should just continue, because otherwise this could just be like a liquidity grab, then fuel another move up. And obviously the dollar news came out, and dollar news was bad for the dollar, meaning ends the USD up, right? That's why you're currently seeing Euro USD go up as well. Okay, I haven't checked the chat, but guys, if you spam the chat, you're just going to be put timed out. Man, no need to spam the chat, guys. Okay, sorry for all the explaining. If you guys just want me to answer questions and say nothing else, I can do that. But I thought it was just good just to explain. I blocked them, guys, don't worry. Guys, again, if you spam the chat, you'll just be kicked out. Okay, so that's what I'm now looking at on Euro USD. So for Euro dollar, guys, if you want to take a long, what I'm looking at now, just to keep it super simple, because we have now demand and we have supply fighting against each other. So again, we have this area of demand and we have this area of supply. Personally, what I'm looking at now is to take a potential long once we break this high over here on Euro dollar, because I expect it to push up higher, and then I'll do something like this, okay? That's what I'm currently looking at for Euro USD, as I do expect it to push a little bit up higher. I don't think this is the real supply zone that's going to push the market down lower personally, but obviously we need to break structure, get some bullish confirmation, which we do not really have just yet. So waiting for that to form, and yeah, trade Euro dollar potentially up higher, man. That's what I'm currently looking at. I just find it so sad that we didn't swipe this low first. I don't know what you guys think about it. I would have really preferred that, and then get like that bullish reaction. That would have been so beautiful, because then we have the 4-hour and the daily fractal in alignment with each other, which is always going to be higher probability, obviously. Okay, so let's see what else are the questions. Why not selling? Consider the daily zone for selling in NZD USD. Well, I am considering sells on NZD USD, but I just explained that. I know a lot of you are also pound dollar fans, so let's have a look at pound dollar as well, and then we'll have a look at what you guys were saying. Yeah, somebody is saying Euro GBP. I was also looking at Euro GBP. Euro GBP is also nice, to be honest. So when it comes to GU, actually, I still think GU has potential to push up higher. Not gonna lie. Let's quickly zoom out again, and I'll just draw in this same thing, but then on a clean chart, okay? So if we look here at GU, we focus on the daily first. So what is kind of like the basic market principles, guys, that I always believe in? That is obviously order flow. So when we look at order flow, we just look at market structure, but then we just draw in supply and demand zones on the market structure itself, okay? That's just super key and important to understand. So when I look here at pound dollar, what I'm actually looking at is just the very simple fact that I want to see first. Again, do you guys remember the confluences that I drew on NZD USD? If not, just you can play back the stream and you can watch back the confluences. But what we have here is, first of all, swing structure that is bearish. Let me just remove all of this as well. So first of all, what we have here is swing structure that is bearish. I don't think I need to explain, but I'll do it. Push down, retracement, push down. Okay, guys? So if you were to view that as your swing structure, you would say, okay, here we have a break of structure. Then this is my high in towards this low. Okay? So your swing structure is this. So we are bearish, okay? That is clear, we're bearish. However, where are we trading? We're trading inside discount. So discount is always a good area to look for potential buys, because you expect the market at least to retrace in towards 0.5 before heading down lower. This is just like the general assumption that you can make when trading. So then what we look at is, okay, 0.5 is what we want to trade into. What is in that 0.5 fib area? This area of supply. So why am I in love with this area of supply? Well, I'm not actually in love with it, but I do like it. Is that we have fractal high over here and we have fractal low over here. So based on the fractal structure as well, there is also still room for GU to retrace, as we still have not yet hit that 0.5. But what I am most interested in is obviously this area of supply over here, which is still completely untouched on the daily. This is the buy up before the strong sell down. So preferably, I would want to see GU still retrace in towards there before considering taking any further shorts. So then what I do is I go in towards the 4-hour time frame. And what do I see on the 4-hour time frame? I see the exact same thing. I see that we have bearish market structure here, breakdown. Then I see this is my 4-hour swing. So I see based on the 4-hour, there's still room to push up. Why is there still room to push up? Because if we look at liquidity, I understand here again, we have the high of, remember guys, what I was explaining about the 3 different forms of liquidity. Here we have the high of the range still open. So let's say this is an area of consolidation. You still have liquidity open above this high on the 4-hour time frame. So I go back in towards the 4-hour time frame. And then if I look at trendline liquidity as well, we also have this trend line still open as well. So we've only taken out this first initial high over here. Yes, we did take out these 3 highs as well. Obviously, there's liquidity kind of like everywhere. And we reacted to this supply zone, but we didn't yet see a bearish market structure shift. So here we have the breakdown. This is the fractal high. Then we have another fractal high break. So overall, the trend is down, up, down, and then boom, break up, retracement, break up, retracement, break up. So this is what I'm looking for at the moment. And then here, demand chain. So every single time on the sell before the buy, like if you refine it obviously to this is how we're reacting. So now on GU, in order to trade the 4-hour order flow up higher and take out these descending highs, what you want to see the lower time frame confirmation. So now go into towards the 1-hour time frame. This is a nice candlestick over here. And what do we see? We see this little downtrend over here. So what I'm now looking at is fractal low break, fractal low break, fractal low break. On the 15-minute time frame, this is going to be like a trend. Look, here on the 15-minute time frame, you see kind of like it's a mini swing trend or an internal trend where you get like push down, retracement, push down, retracement, push down, retracement, push down. So now what I'm waiting for is this high to go. And that high is what? It's your 1-hour fractal high. So now I'm waiting for the GU to break the 1-hour fractal high. Then this area, this sell before the buy, to become your demand zone. And then we form 1 hour inside 4-hour demand zone. And then we buy the pound, guys. We buy the pound. And then we all move to London together and we live together in a nice big house and be a happy family. Just joking. Would be fun though. Okay. So now, sorry for disregarding the chat, guys. Really not my, or really not what I wanted to do. Haven't been reading, but this is what we're looking for on GU. I think this can be a very, very, very juicy buy, guys. This can be a very juicy buy. So that's what I'm waiting for on GU. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree here in the chat? Let me know. Do you understand the analysis? Do you agree with the analysis? Fabio, do you have an Italian heritage? Yes, my grandmother is Italian. Or half Italian. But I'm actually Brazilian. My father is Brazilian. But my great-great-grandmother, she is Italian. So my grandmother is like half Italian. Please check USD Swiss. GJ, EJ. What I'll do is I'm gonna check Euro Pound, because Euro Pound was actually looking pretty good. Not gonna lie, I was actually looking at a short position on this. Guys, if you ask a pair, please let me know like what you're looking at. Are you looking at a short? Are you looking at a long? Are you looking for a short or long from what level? Like I need to have a little bit more context, you know, because otherwise it's just me talking against myself. I want to hear what you guys are looking at, what you guys are thinking, because that will help my full process as well, if you understand what I mean. So look, Euro GBP is interesting. Reason being, look, on Euro Pound, what's happened is that we've seen a pretty heavy overextended move in towards the highs. Now, what has happened is that we had a lot of descending highs, right? So we had like a high here, a high here, a high here, a high here, and then we get the strong bearish reaction. So this could potentially cause kind of like the next shift down. The only thing I don't like about Euro GBP is the fact that, sorry, gas in my stomach. Look, this is the daily fractal structure. So the daily fractal is still bullish, and you made like a perfect retracement into what? Again, the 0.5. So overall, that's what I'm looking at. But what I do like about it, I'm going to show you guys what I'm thinking, is like, look, here you have like a significant high. This is a liquidity high. We take out liquidity, we see bearish reaction. Then if you drop down in towards the 4-hour time frame, what do you see over there? You see an overextended move in towards the highs, and then you see an ascending correction. Now, if you've watched my videos back for a very, very long time, you know that I used to use this very, very often back in the days. Guys, I've been doing this stuff for like on YouTube for I think 5 years or so. You can watch back like the first videos I did. I have a very good video on like how to trade channels and wedges on the channel. Maybe some of you have seen it, but like when you have this kind of price action, I call it like a 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. You come into the swing high, and then inside that swing high, what do we see? We see a change of character, and we form what? We form a fresh area of supply. So that could provide us with that bearish reaction. But now look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour is still just remaining bullish. So it's like this is kind of like the demand that is stopping it from falling. So I'll just wait for this low to go, because here you had a 1 hour fractal structure shift, yes. But if this low goes, then we have like the bearish confirmation to take the sells. So that's what I'm looking for on Euro GBP. Okay, so let's see. What is the next pair? What is everybody looking at? Let's see if there's anything or anybody mentioning a specific price level. Your passion for trading is out of this world. Thanks, Julian. I appreciate it, man. In the meantime, Just making sure I'm not missing any super important messages. Not that anything is more important than you guys, obviously. But let's see. Okay, thanks. I see EuroCAD shorts after liquidity sweep from 147.988. Okay, let me just remind myself. Let me copy that message. Let me see if that works. EuroCAD. Let's have a look. EuroCAD. EuroCAD. Yeah, EuroCAD. I mean, oh, I didn't copy the entire thing apparently, but I kind of saw what you were looking at. So look, guys, EuroCAD, we discussed this one last week as well. If you were in the stream last week, congratulations, because there was the opportunity to make some money on this trade. Very, very nice overall supply order flow, whatever you want to call it. Guys, I'm going to just do it fresh again for you here, okay? So here we have swing high, here we have swing low. Market is bearish. We make a retracement into what? We make a retracement into premium. Then what you want to look for, you want to look for potential shorts. When can you go short, guys? When can you go short? Look, here we had a trend line down, but this is also like trend line liquidity or swing high liquidity, excuse me. Because remember what I mentioned earlier in this video is that when you have a push down, how can we recognize liquidity? When you have these little bumps in the road. You see, every single time you come above a bump in the road, you see a reaction. But how do you understand that once there has been a reaction, that the market is actually ready to reverse, guys? When do you understand when there is a reaction that the market is actually ready to reverse? In the meantime, guys, do not forget to leave a like on the stream. It really means the world if you could just do that. But look, when you get an impulse down like this, remember what I mentioned earlier, you don't want to just like sell on a supply zone where there's no liquidity, right? There's no liquidity in the push down, okay? That's super, super important. This is like the key to profitable supply and demand trading. When you have this is your supply zone, right? Like this. When you have this and there's no liquidity in this red zone, then you're going to be screwed over. So what you always need to look for, always need to look for is this. You need this, look, like this. Why? Because above these little bumps, that is where stop losses lie. That is what you need to see as liquidity, okay? So what we're now waiting for is exactly that. You see here, those little bumps in the road, they get taken out, and then boom, that is when you expect the sell. You don't expect the sell from this supply zone, obviously like from this very first one, because there's no liquidity to push down. That's why, look, if I clean up the chart and you look at this area of supply over here, look what you see. You see an initial reaction, yeah? You see the initial reaction. Obviously, this is where everybody, and my laptop is slow, I don't know why, but I need to buy a new one. But look, everybody is selling this. I just know. Everybody is selling this. But if you understand the actual swing structure, guys, then you'll understand swing low, swing high, and that this high over here is liquidity, this high over here is liquidity. And then what do we need when we come inside of that area of supply? We need the confirmation. So then you don't get the confirmation here. On the second zone of supply, do you get the confirmation? No, because what's happening is that demand and supply are fighting. You see? So what happens? Demand wins. You see that? Demand wins. So then market consolidates. It gives us the ascending correction. You see that? The ascending correction. And then what happens is that you look at the fractal structure. What is then the fractal low? This is your fractal low. That broke what? It broke this fractal high. So here, what you're ultimately just seeing is this uptrend, breakdown, retracement, and now you have the bearish confirmation because you've grabbed the liquidity, the market is bearish, and now we have the confirmation in the form of the change of character. We get the bearish change of character, the market retraces in towards the buy before the sell, which is your valid area of supply, and then from there, the real sell in towards the downside comes. Now again, what is in the fractal structure? Here we have the fractal low break, here we have the fractal high. Let's see what happens. The market retraces, and now we're reacting to what? To the imbalance area of supply over here. So yes, the daily looks fantastic for a sell. Now we go down in towards the 4 hour. So what do we need inside of the 4 hour time frame or supply zone? Let's see. What do we need? Yeah, this looks good, man. This is what I really like. Very good spot, man. So here we have liquidity. Then what do we have? We have uptrend, boom, downtrend, fractal break. So here we have the market structure shift. Now we have the retracement into this fresh area of supply. This is a nice sell, man. Like, yeah, nothing really else to say. Then this is a nice sell. Great, great find. Something like this. I personally don't trade EuroCAD, so I'm not going to tell you guys what to do on this. Obviously, I don't give financial advice, but looks really good, man. Looks really good based on the 4 hour. Based on the 4 hour, looks good, yeah. And this is a nice area of supply because a strong supply zone does what? It grabs liquidity. Always, okay, guys? That's super important to understand. A strong supply zone grabs liquidity. That's why I like this. I like this zone as well because it grabs all of these highs before settling down. But yeah, let's see, 15 minutes. Yeah, nice. Let's see, man. Let's see if it can break the low again. I think that's a nice spot to get involved again. Okay, enough EuroCAD, but I think a good explanation again. Do you guys like me explaining this long, or do you want me just to go fast? Because I can also just spend like 1 minute analyzing a thing for you, but I think you guys enjoy, if I'm correct, if I go a little bit more in depth so that you actually understand what I'm looking at. Because I can just say sell or buy and I just draw in a Fibonacci, but I don't think anybody learns from that, right? I think everybody's in here to learn, like how to really look. So I hope you guys enjoy. Otherwise, I'll just keep it short, but just be honest with me. Please just mention, guys, the price levels. Be Sonic. If I go too fast, by the way, I think you can put YouTube videos on 0.5 speed, right? Or because some people think I talk too slow, some people think I talk too fast. If I talk too fast, put speed on 0.5. If I talk too slow, put speed on 2. Okay, great, guys. I'm glad that you like the explanations. Let me just take a zip. I like the Coke Zero, man. I know it's not good for me, but what do you guys prefer? Normal Coke or Coke Zero? Coca-Cola. Normal Coca-Cola or Coca-Cola Zero? I personally just always drink Coke Zero, not normal Coke. Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. Guys, mention a price level, please. That always helps. Always helps. Always helps. For me, it's easier if you mention the price level. Okay, the first one to mention is Euro Aussie short 165. 165. Let's see, Euro AUD. If you wonder what pairs I trade, it's the major dollar pairs and the yen pairs. But preferably only just the major dollar pairs. Ooh, Jimmy, are you here in the chat? Man, guys, Jimmy is the one who called this. Who was on the stream Tuesday? Let me know if you were on the stream on Tuesday. I think Jimmy explained this Euro Aussie one. He was the one who explained this Euro Aussie. I think the drawing is still there. I don't trade that stuff, but oof. Who remembers this, guys? Who remembers? Jimmy, are you there, brother? Guys, Jimmy was in the stream on Tuesday explaining about Euro Aussie. If you don't know who Jimmy is, then yeah, you have to join the Discord. But Jimmy explained this one. So let's have a look at Euro Aussie, okay? So I copied the... Ooh, my camera is running out of battery, by the way. I need to put it in the charger in a sec. Euro Aussie shorts 165642. Check, please. Okay, let's have a look. So, obviously, if we zoom out again, like we always do, what can we see and what do we think? So, first of all, if we look at this, I think we were pretty accurate, man. We draw on this range trading tool. Guys, if you want this range trading tool as well, 0, 0.75, 0.25, and the 1. What I always expect is that the 0.25 will act as support, 0.75 will act as resistance. Now, as you can see, it's been playing out pretty well. Now, look, we'll just clean it up for everyone so it's all nice and clear, and we'll just do the nice and naked analysis. So what we have here is, again, the breakdown. Then what do we have here? We have the break up. So when we have a break of structure up, what do we expect? We expect a pullback. When do we expect a pullback? When the market comes into a higher time frame area of interest and when we see a change of character. So what we have over here is that we're trading inside premium, meaning, yes, there is still further downside possibility. We come exactly into that 0.75, and therefore we assume that further downside is still possible. When do we assume that further downside is possible? When we see a change of character. So here we have the change of character high. Here we have the change of character low. Ultimately, it's just this on individual candlesticks that's happening, right? So this is, for me, the bearish confirmation that we're ready for a pullback after seeing a break of structure and hitting that higher time frame area of interest being 0.75 fib level. So now what happens is that this is your fractal low over here. Let me just draw that in over here, and I'm copying too much. This is my fractal high over here. The market retraces very nicely in towards 0.5. Then we go in towards 4 hour. What do we see on the 4 hour time frame? We see this. So we have break up, here we have break down. So market goes from bullish into bearish. We see an ascending correction. Then again, we come into what? We come into supply over here. Very nice. This is the supply that we sell off from. How do we know that this supply zone is going to work? We look for 4 hour change of character. Where's the 4 hour change of character? 4 hour change of character happened over here. So here we broke the low. This was the high break over here. And then what happened is that we formed a fresh area of supply. And then from there we sold off. Man, this was a nice trade on Monday morning was this already. Obviously then Jimmy talked about coming back up higher, but this was already like the first trade that you could have taken. Then the second trade that you could have taken obviously is this fresh area of supply over here. As you can see, it pushed a little bit higher, but sometimes it happens because the market is not perfect and it comes above an area of supply. It's not necessarily a bad thing. When it really closes outside, then I'm not that interested anymore. Below that area of supply, we have these two equal highs over here, as you can see, right? These two. So that's your liquidity. Overall, the lights are off. And they're back on again. Overall, we come up, then we see like this internal trend in towards the downside form again. This is like your buy up before the sell that supply. Yeah, it retraces into where? It retraces into the 0.5, which is always nice for a sell. The only thing I don't like is that we already grabbed liquidity underneath this low. Like, it's not very preferable that we already grabbed liquidity underneath the low. I don't really prefer that. I like it more when like the equal lows are still open because you have liquidity to target, because this could just be like the sweep to then fuel the next move up. Keep that in mind, that it therefore becomes a little bit more risky to look for sell. We're looking for 165,642, 165. Okay, that's already here. So the 4 hour, what is the 4 hour? 4 hour fractal was bullish. Let's see what the 1 hour is doing. Yeah, I see what you're looking. 165. What one? Sorry guys, my memory is not so good anymore. 165,642. 165,642. Yeah, I personally don't like. I don't like it enough to take this. I would really prefer for us to at least come back up into here, see this high get swiped, and then, for example, like the real sell down to kind of commence, because for now as well, this is kind of like your demand that is in control. The 1 hour and the 4 hour fractal structure are both bullish. This is now the 1 hour fractal low. This is the 1 hour fractal high. This is now demand that is in control, so it could just swipe this low and then push up higher and then maybe get that bearish reaction again. So I would stay out of Euro Aussie, guys. I would stay out of Euro Aussie. Just because you spam gold, guys, I'm not going to look at gold today. Just because you're spamming it. Guys, can we get at least 300 likes? Would really appreciate it. Okay. Sorry, guys, for the people who genuinely want to see gold, but because the others spammed gold so much, I'm not going to look at it. Okay. Hansi, how are you doing? Hansi is a real OG from Discord, guys. Thank you for being here on stream, Hansi. Let's have a look at GPNZD. So GN, let's see. GN, what is GN doing? Let's have a look. Haven't looked at this thing in ages. So I think Thomas was looking at GN longs inside Discord. Okay, guys. So again, very simple. Swing low over here, swing high over here. We made a retracement so far into what? Into 0.5, pretty much exactly. Again, you can see how beautiful that 0.5 fib is, man. It is absolutely crazy. So we're coming towards that 0.5 fib. For now, the daily fractal is still bearish, which is not very preferable if you want to look for longs, because this is now your daily fractal bearish structure. Let's see if the 4 hour looks a little bit more bullish than that. The 4 hour time frame, you're looking for longs, I think you mentioned, right? Longs from 2.1778. 2.1778. Yeah, I'm not looking at longs on this, man, to be honest. Like, in my personal opinion, this is just consolidative behavior. Anything could happen. And for now, yeah, I mean, we broke this fractal structure, but it's just choppy. This is like the general kind of like supply zone that is in control. I would wait at least for that to kind of go. I don't want to be involved in this. Like, the overall trend is also just too bearish for myself. So yeah, would stay out. Also just because the daily fractal is bearish as well. And on the daily time frame, it's not like we have a very clear area of demand. This demand zone already got filled. This demand zone already got filled. I would only be looking at kind of like taking maybe a more aggressive entry from this demand zone over here, and then considering this to be like a liquidity low. So I would prefer to take a trade like that, because for now, like here on the daily, this supply zone is still in control. So you're kind of trading in no man's land in between this supply zone and in between this demand zone. Let's see what else, guys. Fabio, why don't you trade in other pairs if you saw a good A+ setup? Because I need peace of mind, man. I cannot trade 10 things or 20 things at the same time, to be honest. Just too much mental stress on my head, man. I have already enough people in my DMs already with enough questions about all the pairs that they want me to share stuff on. I just therefore keep it to like major dollar pairs and some yen pairs, and that's more than enough for myself. Okay, what's the next one, guys? Give me a good pair, man. Give me a pair that's going to make me really, really happy, man. No, I do not trade over 20 pairs. I only trade the major dollar pairs and, of course, the yen pairs as well. Guys, give me a pair that's looking absolutely juicy, that I could actually maybe even say, okay, guys, now's a good moment to get in. I think Euro Aussie was looking real good. But I want another pair like that, you know? One that looks just... that I think, yeah, that's it. Let me know. Let me know. With also the price level, guys, please. The price level as well. I don't trade Nifty, sorry. ETH, buy ETH. Okay, what we'll just do, guys, is we're gonna check dollar yen. Let's see what dollar yen is doing, because I trade dollar yen myself as well. So that's a good one to always just have a quick look at. So with dollar yen, I'm still looking at this demand zone over here. It swiped the lows over here, but I'm still looking preferably for one more push down in towards that demand zone, closer to pretty much that 0.5 fib. I would love to see that on dollar yen. We're bearish on daily structure, fractal structure, I mean then. 4 hour time frame has a nice area of supply here, which is currently in control. Going to the 1 hour. Yeah, this is a setup that I like. So here we have a liquidity being swiped and a fractal structure shift. This is your 1 hour supply zone. So now we see the initial reaction. So initial sellers get in, initial sellers place stop loss above the high. They get tagged out. So now what we need on UJ is this low to go over here. And then we form a fresh area of supply over here. And then we get in on a short like this, this. So that's what I'm looking for on UJ. Come on, man. Why are we spamming the chat, guys? It's so unnecessary. But that's what I'm looking at on UJ. Let's see. Anything else, guys? Anything else? Yeah, Euro USD. Let's see if Euro dollar has moved at all, guys. Let's see if Euro dollar has moved at all. Not yet. I mean, euro dollar remains the same, man. 1 hour, then we look for a long. Otherwise, it should just continue down lower. For now, supply's in control. Like, it's a waiting game for now. We need it to break this black line or this black line. For myself, it's now in a no trading zone. USD Swiss. Let's have a look. USD Swiss. USD Swiss. Yeah, USD Swiss is fighting, man. Yeah, USD Swiss I'm not looking at really because the daily fractal is still bullish between this black line and this black line. It made a retracement to 0.5 4-hour time frame. What's that showing? 4-hour time frame is still bearish though. That is true. Yeah, it's kind of fighting in between that, but it also took out all of these lows over here. So for myself, just kind of staying out of USD Swiss for now. That's my personal opinion. Yeah, GPUSD. I'm waiting, guys, on GPUSD as well. Let's see. You guys know what I want on the 1 hour. This is what I want. If this happens, then there's going to be a long. So this is the long that I'm looking at. So let's see if it happens. So yeah, you guys know what I'm looking at. Potential longs on GU, potential longs on EU. What's NZD/USD doing? NZD/USD pushing up higher again. 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hour close strong. So NU is bearish with this as the supply. Yeah, still looking good for further downside, but EU and GU still have potential for further upside, and obviously NU will copy what EU does. So EU is the big boss. Just remember that, guys. What I'll do, guys, is I'll answer the other questions inside Discord. So make sure to join the Discord. https://discord.gg/the trading academy. Make sure to join the Discord server, guys. I pinned it in the chat for you. I'm there to help as always. So make sure to join. I'll answer and I'll share some charts there in the market updates channel. In the meantime, I have to go to the bathroom, but I have to yeah, go to the bathroom. So I'm just gonna close off the stream for now. We're gonna be back with another stream on Tuesday. So make sure to be there. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Have an amazing rest of your Thursday. US 100, I'll discuss it inside the Discord. Make sure to join. Link is in the chat. I'll drop some more analysis if you guys just let me know in the general chat what pair you want me to have a look at. And then, yeah, I'll speak to you guys on Discord. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you taking the time to listen to what I have to say on the markets and what my opinion is. And yeah, I just hope you all have an amazing and fantastic day. And stay safe, stay healthy. And thank you so much, guys. Thanks. Have an amazing day. And love you all.